My name is Josh Brooks. I'm the Business Development Director for packaging here at EasyFairs. Some of you will know me better as the former editor and publisher of Packaging News. So I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted to be with EasyFairs and chairing this afternoon's session. It started off life being about the food packaging sector. It morphed very quickly into something that is going to be pretty much exclusively about the plastics issue. And we have 2 hours this afternoon with some really top-notch speakers to talk about that. I'm going to do my little introduction for that in just a second. Our very first point of order is that earlier in the day, about an hour ago, Kevin Weiss from Marks & Spencer's hosted the EcoPack Challenge. Kevin's going to give us 30 seconds on that and announce the winner of it. So Kevin, I'm going to hand over to you straight away.
I'm working. Yes. Hello. Yes. I don't. If those of you who are down at the EcoPack stage would have seen us listening to 5 really great sustainable packaging ideas. The judges then went over to the VIP lounge and spent a good 20 minutes actually just deliberating about who we thought should be the winner, and it was a pretty tough call actually. But we did come up with a winner, and we've also, because we felt there was something in the competition that we should just draw attention to, we've got a highly commended as well. But the winner is VTT from Finland, who is just here. Congratulations. There you go. Okay. There's your little trophy to take with you. Okay. Okay. Thank you. And also highly commended. We wanted to give just a bit of praise to James Cropper and their paper moulding. We thought the colour piece was really an exciting principle, really, that we can do different things with different materials. We don't necessarily always have to conform to the same pattern. So that's our highly commended. Thank you very much.
Kevin, thank you. Right, we're going to crack on then with the plastics debate, and we're delighted to be hosting this as EasyFairs in association with the Food Service Packaging Association. I'm going to be hosting this. My co-host is Martin Kirsch, who's the Executive Director of the Food Service Packaging Association, so we'll hear more from him in a bit. It's hard to remember a time, I'm going to go to reading my notes now, it's hard to remember a time when packaging, and especially plastic packaging, has been so high profile in the press and in the public consciousness. Since the airing in particular of the BBC's Blue Planet 2 in October, the undeniably grave problem of ocean plastics has become the subject of regular front page news, and many high profile organisations, including brands, retailers, food service operators, airlines, government departments, and the BBC, to name a few, have pledged to reduce and in some cases eliminate their use of plastic packaging or increase their use of recycled materials. Government, of course, is taking a close interest in this, with Theresa May promising a 25-year war, in inverted commas, on plastic waste, with the goal of stopping unavoidable plastic waste altogether and a pledge to bring plastic-free aisles to the supermarkets in the UK. It's worth noting on that, such a thing was announced this morning in Holland, and we wait with bated breath to understand whether there are any polymers in there or not, or if they're bioplastics, or what. The mystery remains. So behind the hyperbole, there is acknowledgement in this debate that plastics are not all bad, and many of us in this room will be happy to hear that. Even yesterday's Daily Mail, which marked the 10th anniversary of its own declaration of war, again in inverted commas, on plastic, said this. So in a piece from the UN's head of environment, a guy called Eric Solheim, it was written, albeit towards the end of his article, plastic is one of mankind's greatest inventions, which has transformed living standards, industry, global trade, medicine, and technology. So when the whole supply chain engages with the issue of the whole supply chain engages with the issue of ocean plastics, recycling rates, the latte levy, deposit return schemes, the PRN system and reform of it, and the rest, and these are the issues which have been high on the industry's agenda for years, not just since last October, We also know that plastics are the lightweight wonder material that reduce food waste, protect products in so many ways, and have been crucial to many, many aspects of how we as a society live today. All of us here today are likely to be involved in, be in some way affected by, and have strong opinions on this issue. In fact, and here I'm sure I'll get a good response, it would be useful if you could raise your hand if in the last 3 or 4 months this is a question that you've been grappling with in some way in your working lives. So hands up. Okay.
Whoa.
No surprise there. That's very interesting. So today, we'll hear from some of the key people at the sharp end of this debate. At Iceland, the Co-op, Coca-Cola, M&S, and of course the Food Service Packaging Association, about how they are responding, and we'll explore some of the big questions around the plastics issue for the whole supply chain. Things like, what are retailers, brands and packaging suppliers doing in response to this current focus? How is the industry engaging with government on the debate? Is this a short-lived trend or a real moment of change? How do we ensure as an industry that we're getting... Sorry, I don't think I completed my sentence on that one. What are the risks of unintended consequences of PR stunts and greenwash in response to this issue? What does it mean for the packaging suppliers and designers amongst us? And what compromises are we as an industry and as a society ready to make in order to fix the big ocean plastics issue?